Hi everyone, Alex here. It is just about 8:45. This is the last budget hit for the night. Look, this is a really difficult budget to parse. I've rarely had as much difficulty as this one. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. This is going to be one of our longest reports in a long time. A lot of small stuff. There's an effective cut to international student mobility. That program, that pilot program, was not renewed. We're seeing some increase in funding to apprenticeships and to First Nations students funding. That seems like a pretty good trade to me. Some of the stuff around housing seems reasonable too. On student aid, look, the change to the Canada Learning Bond is an unadulterated good. It's fantastic. It reduces bureaucracy. It's fantastic. More people will get the program. On the Canada Student Financial Aid Program, the big one is the increase to housing allowances, and basically that's trade for more money in the short term and more debt in the long term. On graduate scholarships, I don't think I've been strong enough about this. This is a big win for the community. This is something the graduate students have organized for pretty heavily over the last couple of years, and they got most of what they wanted, I think. The only thing to remember is that not all graduate scholarships come from the government of Canada. Some of them come from institutions, and it's not clear to me how institutions are going to be able to keep up with these increases that the feds have put together. So we'll see how that goes. Research, look, it's a hard one, right? Obviously, you got some big wins at individual institutions. UBC, 400 million for the particle accelerator, 85 million at Saskatchewan for the light source. Those are both great. But at the same time, CFI announced a $100 million cut to all institutions, just a little while ago. So how do you balance those two? Funding through the granting councils, 1.8 billion sounds great, but only 228 million of that's coming before the next election. Do you believe the Liberals are going to win this election? If not, do you believe the Conservatives will respect this commitment? If not, 87% of this commitment is meaningless. By 25, 26, actually funding will be lower than it was pre-Naylor, if you count the councils and CFI together. So to me, what this budget is about is it's a continuation of what we've seen from the Liberals time and time again, which is a lot of really good little one-off, one and done kind of projects, and extreme difficulty in putting together a sustained effort on the files that matter. I can't. If I showed you a graph of research spending over the last 20 years, you wouldn't be able to tell where the Liberals and Conservatives switch government, because we're still going to be lower, even in 27, 28, we're still going to be lower than we were in the middle Harper years in terms of total funding. And I don't think anybody would have guessed that, in 2015. The big open question has to do with this merger but not merger of the granting council. So they will remain independent, but there will be a capstone organization over top. They're punting a lot into the long grass here. Like, for everything I've heard from Ottawa over the last couple of hours, is that really there's no done deal here. It's not that the budget is being vague. It's that the people who wrote the budget simply don't know what the final arrangement's going to look like. So there's a lot of very muscular discussions that are going to happen between different research communities over what this looks like in the next 6 months. Stay tuned. I think we've got one more good year. We've got one more year with this government. They're going to have one more chance to make good on some of this stuff, and we've got some very interesting discussions about what the future of research administration looks like. So, interesting 12 months to come. Have a good night.